Welcome back to another installment of Traitor-Dev. There are a handful of things to cover over in this video. Firstly, this isn't actually dev related, this is on the server. I went ahead and built some... Oh, somebody... I don't think I can because my inventory's full. Yeah, what a shame, what a shame. I built just this little thing that you can run around in if there's nobody else on the server to actually join a real game with. You can go fix some broken machines, get the parts, kind of get an idea of, you know, how the game works. In that extent, I mean, they were already all over here anyway, but over there too now. So that's a neato. Let's cover some changes that have been made. So let's start with new nodes. I just got to clear out my inventory here. So as far as new nodes go, didn't add a whole stinking lot. There's an emergency button, which don't use yet, but I'm gonna put it out just... Actually, it'll crash the server if I put it out, so I probably shouldn't do that. Yeah, that's it for new stuff. We have this fun guy here. It's... I don't know what you would necessarily call it. It's like a roof support kind of thing, but it also lights up the whole way. So like in the corner here, we could not have a wall and we could just be using this energy beam to hold things up. Kind of neat. Also, it removes itself when you break the bottom node. Please note though, if you break an upper node, well, I guess I have to do the bottom one. It won't destroy the top one. So if you want all of them coming down together, just smash the bottom one. I had thought about making it so these weren't breakable, but then I realized, well, if you put one of these out and at some point you need to break some of the top of it off for whatever reason, you know, I don't want to make you have to destroy the whole thing. So that's available that way. The emergency button is designed to use in levels. So, yeah, we'll have to cover that in a future episode. I am going to go ahead and visit Q333's map, and this is a new thing. Anybody that has the creative privilege, which let me make sure that I actually have that. I should, yep, I have creative. Anybody that has creative, if they punch on a, whatever we want to call this node, it'll teleport them to that spawn position without saying anything about there not being enough players to start the game, because this is actually not a running game right now. I am just here so I can edit stuff. So if you are building levels, it is now super easy to easily get to the level by just punching the map back, or whatever you want to call that thing. Now to get back, oops, to get back to spawn, you do have to just do a teleport 000. That'll pop you right back here. And so I can do the same thing and go to this level. Yay! We have decals now. I don't remember if we had decals in the previous video. Oh, those were all changed too. That's right. There's a bunch of stuff to cover that I forgot about. You can change the colors of decals by just punching and right-clicking on them. And we also have, you know, it'll be easier just to pull up the inventory, because this changed too. I forgot about this. So you have your main screen here that nothing's changed on. You have your all, that's the same as it's always been. That just shows everything available. Then we have nodes. So this shows, as you would expect, all of your nodes, right? But no, it actually doesn't. So you may have noticed that there are no tasks available in the nodes. There are no lights available in the nodes, and there's no decals available. Decals are their own inventory tab. So you can see we have the full alphabet. We have the numbers 0 to 9, straight arrows, angled arrows, supply chest, circle, hexagon, octagon, square, triangle, star, 5-pointed and 6-pointed. The letters and numbers will be changed as far as the font goes. I just grabbed all these out of the Epic game because I had already spent the time making all of them for that server. And I didn't really feel like making a whole new set of 36 images for the alphabet and the numbers. They can all be colored whatever colors you want by punching them. They do a little goofy thing when you place them on the floor where they don't point the direction you would expect them to, but they work right on all of your walls. I don't understand why it's like this. And I do the ceiling goofy too. It was one or the other. Either they worked right for the walls or they worked right for the floors. I made the assumption that more people would be putting, decals on walls than they would on floors, which is why I made them line up that way. We have lights, so this is just all of the lights, basically. And then we have the tasks. This is all of the task nodes. So how this breakdown works is whatever the decal mod's called, I think they're actually called decals, they all show up in here. Anything that is in the lights mod shows up in here. Anything that's in the tasks mod shows up in here. And then nodes shows all of the nodes with the exception of those 3 tabs worth. So this will have everything else. Although for some reason I don't see the, oh, there it is. Energy support beam. Yo. So that's there. So let me just jump over this wall here real quick. Ooh. So you can see I am using the energy support beams to now hold up this platform. That's kind of the idea behind them, that they can hold up floating platforms so they're not just floating. This still looks kind of goofy. I might try to figure out something for that so it looks a little less goofy. It may be as simple as just making this node here have some emission value to it like these platform pieces do. So they would be the same color, even though they're still going to stick down kind of funny. There's also a new node which isn't actually in this map. It looks invisible in inventory. It's called Zero Gravity Gas. I don't know why it shows invisible in inventory because it's not invisible. And it works like this. And I must be hitting the top of something. Top of the box. That's the ceiling up there. Yeah. So you can climb up and down in it. It doesn't suffocate you or anything. The use case for this is elevator shafts. So if you wanted to, I should have really taken these out first, huh? If you wanted to, instead of doing ramps like I have, or instead of doing, I have this stairway here, you could make an elevator and pretty much do your sliding doors like this, and then behind it have a channel that's just filled up with this zero gravity gas, and then players can travel up and down through it, and it's just an easy way to get from floor to floor without having to do a whole stairway or something. So that's the intended use case for that, but of course you can use it for anything else as well. The emergency button I think is going to crash the server if I use it, but oh no, it has a check in it. Good. Oh no, never mind, you right click it. Cool. So what that button does is the same thing as a corpse. So when the game's actually playing, you know, and somebody finds a corpse on the floor, they right click on the corpse, all of the players on the level will teleport in this specific level to this platform someplace. And they'll all be kind of frozen in place where they can't move. and the traitor won't be able to kill anybody. Wait, why is there saying there's a corpse here? There's no corpse there. That's silly. So the traitor won't be able to kill anybody, and they have to vote. And so the voting goes on, and once the voting is done, nobody can move again. The emergency button will do the same thing. So optimally, you would put your emergency button someplace near the spawn for that level. And then if you've seen something suspicious, maybe you saw the traitor kill somebody, and you know for a fact that the only person that can kill anybody is the traitor. Right? I just seen the traitor kill this guy. I don't want to go over by the corpse because he's standing by the corpse and he's going to kill me. I'm going to run all the way back to our main hub, our spawn spot, and I'm going to click the emergency button. And you can do that, and it'll send out a chat message to everybody on the level saying whatever the player's name is that clicked the button called an emergency meeting, all the players will get pulled here just as if there had been a corpse discovered. And then there's an opportunity for the person who called the emergency meeting to be like, hey guys, I seen whoever and they were standing over this other person's corpse. And then of course they can make their defense. Well, I didn't kill them. I found their corpse and I was going to report it, but you somehow managed to run all the way back up here to click the emergency button before I had a chance to report the body. So yeah, that's kind of sketch. Not a very good cover story, but that would be that. So that's what that's intended use is for. As I said, it's not, it doesn't have a texture. It doesn't have a mesh yet. It will be a button or a lever of some sort, but I just didn't get that built quite yet. I believe that's it. As far as any new changes, there may have been some there was some small tweaks. I can't really demo this without having extra people on the server, but in the past we had and it still exists too, there's a countdown for voting. So you vote, you discover a body, you make your vote, and say there's 6 other people, and somebody doesn't want to vote for whatever reason, so they're not voting. Well, it's either a 2 or 3 minute period, and that gives you notifications saying there's X amount of time left to vote, cast your votes. Every time somebody votes, that timer is restarted. So it's always 3 minutes after or 2 minutes after the last vote till the voting expires. Well, in the event, I don't remember how this happened, but it had happened, and it's now fixed, so it won't. If all the votes, once all the votes come in, and voting is successful, either because there were enough players who voted, so the voting passes. In the past, it would still give that chat message, even though the voting was now over. So now what happens is it doesn't. That's pretty much it. And it doesn't give that chat message anymore once the voting is complete. So you don't have a message saying there's still time to vote when the voting's already been completed and finished. So that was a small bug I found when I was adding that emergency button in. It's like, I should probably fix this. So that is fixed. And I think that's it for updates on the game development. Code is hosted on Notabug. It's linked on the website in the video description. Servers online if you want to play, get some friends. It's kind of boring by yourself. As you can see here, I am trying to add some things to the main lobby. So if you are the only person, there's still stuff you can do, but it's kind of difficult to do when the game's not really designed that way. So, just kind of throwing some stuff in that you can explore and walk around on and whatnot, but it's kind of boring without. I might try to do like some sort of mini game where you're getting XP from this stuff here, and maybe we'll store the XP level and it'll be like a server restart kind of thing. So every server session it'll store the XP and it'll show what the max XP is from the previous server sessions. That'd be cool. So if you're the only person here, you could be fixing things to get XP, and then it would just store it. and it would say, you know, the highest XP level before was this, and the XP level is at this, so you need this much more to surpass the record. Just so there's something available for people to do, kind of to gamify just idling around in the lobby. If you're interested in building maps, let me know. Contact me on Discord or via email, mindtest@nathansalpat.com, and I will get you hooked up. Oh, on that, as far as building levels goes, if you have creative, which you will only have if you are a map builder, you actually are not able to play levels anymore. Well, that's only semi-true. You're no longer able to start a game playing. In the past, you couldn't. You would lose all your privileges. Now, currently, another player would have to start it, and you would have to be standing close enough by to be included in the group of players that are going to the level, and then you will still lose your privileges. But you can't accidentally start one yourself and lose your privileges with your building character instead of your playing character. Just a side effect of the punch on the button thing here to go to the level to continue building. And that's going to be it for changes this time around. All the information's on the website, linked down in the video description. Tune in next week for another video, and I will see you then.